So, welcome to Watch Me Wednesday. Dave here, and I have a very special guest today. My guest is Mark Schaefer, author of Return on Influence and now Dow of Twitter, a longtime social media and online marketing connoisseur, and somebody I'm proud to call my friend. Welcome, Mark. How are you?
Dave, I am just delighted to be with you today.
Well, thanks for joining me. It's awesome to have you. It looks like you're at like a museum or something. It's a really beautiful picture behind you.
This is a great picture. I got it at essentially like an antique shop in Knoxville, Tennessee, but it's this great European landscape. It's beautiful. It's in my home.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'll have to, I'll have to visit sometime if I'm ever in Tennessee. That is,
This is
uh,
this is this is the nicest spot of my home, Dave. That's why I'm doing. You deserve nothing but the best, my friend.
well, thank you, sir. So tell me a little bit about Dow of Twitter.
Well, it's just such an exciting book because I think the story of the book is the best story. Because actually, I self-published this book in 2010. And what I like about that is it just shows that you don't have to wait for permission anymore in this world. If you want to write a book, you can write a book. And this became the best-selling book on Twitter in the world. No marketing, no promotion, no advertising, no publisher. It went viral. People read it, they loved it, they tweeted about it, they blogged about it. Then when I wrote my second book, Return on Influence through McGraw-Hill, well, of course, then they were interested in the first book.
Yeah.
So they actually relaunched the thing in July. And now it's through global distribution. It's in all the bookstores. So it's a great success story. I'm really proud of it because it has helped so many people understand Twitter. This is the book that's written for if you are just struggling with Twitter. I mean, when I tried Twitter, I thought, this is the stupidest thing I've ever tried.
Yeah.
The first tweet I ever received, Dave, was, "It's 4 a.m." confirming this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it took me months to figure that out. So I figured, look, I'm going to write a book that will help people through this process. This is the user's manual for Twitter. You can read it in 90 minutes. You can figure it out for your personal brand, for your company brand. It gives you basically the user's guide to how this works.
Yeah, that's great, because of course, in my industry and in my company and whatnot, we take a lot of things for granted, but I still come across executive after executive that has no idea about Twitter. And a lot of them at this point are sometimes a little afraid to ask too, because they feel like they should know. And so it sounds like this is a book that they can pick up, read, enjoy, learn, and then
Right. I mean,
better.
you can read it on a plane flight. And not only will you get it, but I mean, it's not just a techie. It's a very human book that has lots of entertaining stories about how these connections work, how where it leads to as far as business benefits, new ways to think about business benefits, how you measure this stuff. So I think, and to your point, I mean, a lot of agencies are buying this book to give to their clients because it puts together a framework not just for Twitter but for social media in general. I mean, people said, I've read the first 25 pages and it's just totally changed my view about Twitter and social media. So it's really been a very rewarding experience.
Terrific, terrific. What's the one myth? What's the biggest myth that people still have about Twitter?
I think the biggest myth, Dave, is a lot of people out there say, well, the number of followers you have doesn't matter. That is not true. From your experience, from my experience in sales and marketing, if you want to create business benefits, you've got to have a large, targeted, relevant following.